Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra. How is it going today? I hope that you are able to enjoy your day and that everything is going well for you. It is a beautiful day here in the DFW. I'm so grateful that the temperatures are going down. It's not as hot as it's been. I'm so grateful to transition from the summer into the fall weather. So I am so grateful for such a beautiful day. The sun is shining. The again, the temperature is not as hot as it has been, so it is a beautiful day. So today's topic is, what are you looking for in this season when it comes to romantic relationships? What are you looking for in this season when it comes to romantic relationships? So this topic came about. I was scrolling on TikTok the other day and I saw someone that was talking about marriage and relationships and how they don't even want to take anyone serious in a relationship if that person had not been married before, because that person wants to know that the person that they are dating is aware of what marriage is like and divorce is like before they even get into a serious relationship with a new person. So it's basically, the lady was saying that she wants someone who has been experienced with the full package of dating and marriage and divorce and trying all over again. So when I was watching that, I was thinking that I can relate. I definitely can relate. As you know, or maybe you don't know, you may be new. I have been married before. I've been married before, divorced. So I kind of understand the whole idea of where she was coming from. So it just made me think about, marriage and relationship and what it is now to me and what it was to me when I was younger. So it just made me think about what I'm looking for in this season. So I thought it would be a great idea to ask that question, because sometimes in marriage and even in relationships, it's important to know what we are looking for, what we are needing when we think about marriage and when we think about dating, like what we're looking for and what we are needing and what we are able to bring to the table as well, because we know that in marriage or dating or any type of romantic relationship, even a friendship, it's give and take. It's not one sided. It's not all about one person. It is every day giving and taking and pouring into someone as they pour into you. So I was thinking about my younger days in dating and what I was looking for in my younger days compared to what I'm looking for now. And honestly, I can say that it was very different. In my younger days, I think that I was looking more for companionship and friendship. I used to always say that I wanted my partner to be my best friend. I think friendship in the relationship was very important to me in my younger days. I still believe that friendship is important as I'm older and in my more mature stage of life with dating. I still believe that friendship is important, but I know as I have aged that it's more important than just friendship. Friendship is very important. You need to have somebody that you like and they like you. You enjoy spending time with them. The companionship, all of that is so important. You need that. But I come to realize that it's more than just the friendship. Although you do need to be friends. Like I have to emphasize on that. You do have to like the person that you are choosing to spend your time with, that you are choosing to spend if you decide to get married the rest of your life with. You need to like that person. So friendship is very important. But when I was younger, I think the friendship and the connection was the most important thing at that stage when I was younger because I wasn't really thinking about the financial aspect of it or coming together as one back in the day in my early 20s. Although I did get married the first time in my early 20s, but well, 24. I was 24 the first time I got married. But I'm talking like 18, 19, 20, 21. At that stage of life, I wasn't really thinking about um, the longevity of things. I was thinking more about compatibility and friendship and fun because I think that that's what we think about when we're younger. At that season when I was around, 18, 19, 20, 21, I didn't have any children yet. I wasn't thinking about having a baby at that age, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking about having my best friend, my partner, this person. We enjoy each other's company. We have a good time together. And like I said, I still believe that that is very much still important, no matter what age you are, but it's just more to it, And I believe that in our younger days around that time, it's also good to focus on the longevity. If you want to be a mother, focus on dating someone that has father like tendencies. It's important to know that person inside out because when you decide to have children with people, you know, that's a big deal. That's just as big of a deal as marriage, or maybe even more. Because in marriage, you can, if it doesn't work out, God forbid, but you are able to, divorce. But when you have children with someone, that is permanent. There is no way to change that. So I believe that that's very important to think about, especially when you are younger. Like I said, around my early 20s, I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about, having children because I wasn't, dating for that in that season. A couple of years later, I did get married, did have a son, but before that happened, I wasn't focused on, the parenting aspect. And I feel like that is very important, especially when you're younger and you are in the childbearing age. So I believe that that is very important. But yeah, but back to when I was that young age, I was dating for companionship and fun. As I have been through things in life and as I am more seasoned now, I look at things differently. Um, Now coming from being a married woman to a divorced woman, it's like now I look at, what's really important. What is really important. So I wrote down a few things here that is really, really important to me, things that I feel that is like mandatory, because when you reach midlife, when you reach like your 40s, you are looking for things that are mandatory, things that you have to have, things that really is a deal breaker. If this person doesn't bring these things, then it's a deal breaker because once you, went through your 20s and went through your 30s and you're now at your 40s, it's like you start to not really have time for anything less than what is very foundational to you. That is my experience anyway. So these are things that I'm looking for. And I think that you guys should write a list of things that you are also looking for so that you'll know what you really are looking for in this season when it comes to relationships. And it doesn't have to be like things that are um, things that are just not too deep. I don't think it's not about looks for me or, it's not about the way someone dresses, all those type of things. I'm talking foundational things, things that are going to help the relationship stick and last, things that are going to anchor the relationship. I believe that when you reach a seasoned age, those are the things that's important to me. So the things that I wrote down are a man of God. Man of God is so important because who's going to cover me and pray for me and pray with me and be there for me as I'm there for them in their hardest seasons? I have to be with someone that is a man of God. That is just so, so important. It's not something that I can that I can negotiate with. That is very, very, very important to me. So the person must be a man of God. I think that's number one, because honestly, I believe if the person is a man of God, everything else follows. Them having a relationship with the Lord, as you having a relationship with the Lord, and you guys are a power couple together, in your faith. I don't believe that that is everything that you need, because you still need other things. That is very important. You need someone where you guys are on the same page with your faith. I believe that that's very important. But again, I believe that you need to have other things that pull you together, that bring you together. You still need that connection. So number one for me is a man of God, but also don't let that be everything and then nothing else is there, because that's going to be, especially if you're looking to marry and that's all y'all have together, that's not going to be everything that you need. That is important. It is definitely foundation, but you still need to, going back to when I was younger, you still need to like them. They still need to like you. You still need to enjoy spending time with them. So, but number one for me here is man of God. Number two, a leader, a leader, a leader, a leader, a leader. Someone that I admire, that I look up to, and can genuinely trust their judgment. After again, you have been doing it all by yourself, or maybe you have been dating, but you haven't had leadership in your life. I believe it's so important to have a leader, someone that you can literally look up to, that you trust their judgment, that you are safe under their leadership, because you know that they are going to make sound decisions that's going to help you guys grow and not bring you down. I believe that it's very important for your mate, for your man, to have that leadership goals, and be able to be a leader is very, very, very important. Number three is protector. Protector. We all need to feel, as women, protected. We all need to feel loved and valued and protected and looked after, and knowing that someone has our back. It's very important for us as women to feel protected. So number three is protector. Number four is provider. Provider. Now, I know that in this generation, a lot of us, we come together. You really need a two family home. You really need a two income home. With the cost of living and everything, you need two people to be able to come together to help each other out, for balance. So coming together is great, but you need a provider, a man that's going to provide things for you. And when I say provider, it's not all about finances. He can be a provider in many ways. Providing doesn't necessarily mean just money. Yes, money is included, but there are a lot of other ways that a man can be a provider. So him being a provider is also very, very important. Number five is boss energy, masculine energy, take charge mindset. Someone that you can just look up to him. You know that he has that leadership quality. You know that he's a protector, a provider. You know that you can honor him because you admire him, and that you know that he's able to do all these things, and you are also there for him, because he knows that when he comes home, you are his safe place. Like, he's been out, he's been working, he's been doing all these things, these masculine manly things. He's been making it happen for the family, and then he comes home to you, and you are his peace. You are there to nurture him and love on him and be there for him and help him back to um, be where he needs to be, so the next day he can go back out and tackle the world. So that's why I say it goes hand in hand. When we are together, that teamwork and that partnership is so important for us to fill each other up. We know as we go out into the world that we're drained. Women go out into the world, we're working, we're doing things as well, we're drained. Same thing for men. Men go out into the world, they're working, they're, whatever they are doing to take care of their family, they come home and they're drained. The energy is low. So it's great to be able to have someone to come in and fill you back up as you fill them up. And you guys go back out into the world or into whatever your job is filled, you know? So that's why I believe it's so important for us to know what we are looking for. So that when we are out searching for a mate or not searching for a mate, but just out, we can pay attention to what comes to us, what we are, what attracts to us, because if we don't know what we're looking for, then we end up going after whatever, falling for anything. He likes me, I like him, let's be together, And I'm honest, I can be honest, I know I have dated that way, especially when I was younger. I have dated that way and not really had a roadmap or an idea of even what I was needing, or what he was needing, because it's a give and take thing, knowing what that man is needing when he's coming to you, knowing what you are needing when you are going to him. So I think it's very important for us to know what we are looking for in the season when it comes to romantic relationships. What is going to fill us up? And knowing from both sides, knowing what's important to him, knowing what's important to you, it's good for us to have some type of idea of what we are really wanting so that we can make wise decisions when we choose partners, when we choose to date, when we choose, if we decide marriage. So it's very important for us to know what we are looking for so that we can make the best decisions for what we are really needing. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today. Make sure that you write it out or just think about a couple of things that you really want when it comes to relationships and what's important, for you, what's important for you, and knowing what's important for him. Because again, it's not all about us, it's not all about one person. Relationships, whether romantic, whether friendship, is still a give and take. You still have another person that you are there for, that you're pouring into, that they're pouring into you. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is if it's a friendship, it's not anything, romantically happening. But you still are pouring into each other. You still are finding out what this person needs. You still are balancing each other. So yeah, it's just important for us to know what we are looking for in relationships, especially romantic relationships. So, as you guys know, I do have Sister You Are Loved available on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. If you are looking for a support group slash prayer group and you just need to connect on Tuesday nights with someone who can just chat with you and hear about your week and pray for you and grab a foundational scripture where we can go over and meditate on throughout the week. If you are looking for something like that, then I suggest that you reach out to me and join Sister You Are Loved. It is Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Right now it's one-on-one, but if you are interested and you would like to be a part of it, we can open it back up as a group. Or if you also just want one-on-one, we can also do one-on-one. It's just a way to have an accountability partner, someone to be there for you, especially if you're single. If you're single, it's important to have friends. It's important to have people in your life that can walk with you, that can pray with you, that can hear you out. Even if you're not single, it's still important to have that, because we know that marriage and relationship does not fix every problem. I know from experience, just because you're married don't mean that you have the friendship and the companionship that you need. It's still important to have things outside of the marriage, friends outside of the marriage, hobbies outside of the marriage, to keep everything a whole, because I believe that it takes a balance to be able to really have a successful union. It's not just you and that person against the world. It is you and that person and God, but you also have family, you also have children, you also have friends. It takes all of that to be able to have a balanced life. So if you're someone who needs that one-on-one or that group setting on Tuesdays at 6:30 and you just want to unwind with someone and have an accountability partner, someone to pray for you, someone for you to pray for, you want a foundational scripture for the week, then I suggest that you reach out to me and just let me know that you want to be a part of Sister You Are Loved. Also, you can follow the Sister You Are Loved group on Facebook. It is a public group. I upload and post in there throughout the week. So you can also follow the Sister You Are Loved Facebook group. Also, I have Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra Facebook group. You can follow that group as well. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Calandra_Monique. Also, TikTok is Minutes of Inspiration with Kay. And on TikTok, last Tuesday, no, last Monday. Last Monday, I went live for the very first time. So, yay. I was able to step out in courage and go live. I have never been live on TikTok before. The live was not anything inspirational. I enjoy coloring. I'm sure I talked about it on the podcast a time or two. So, I like coloring. It's therapeutic for me. It just helps me to unwind and relax after work or whenever I have some downtime and I just need to like zone out for a minute, coloring does that for me. So I just went live and colored and listened to some music and just relaxed and chatted with whoever wanted to chat. So if you are interested in something like that, if you like coloring, reach out to me or go ahead and follow me on TikTok. It's Minutes of Inspiration with Kay. You'll be able to see whenever I go live and maybe join me over there and we can color together. So yes, that was something that I did on last Monday. So, yeah, I plan on doing that a couple of times a week just to, like I say, zone out and relax and listen to some music and chat. So, if you like coloring, go ahead and subscribe to the TikTok. It's Minutes of Inspiration with Kay. Also, if you are listening to the podcast is now on video form. So you are able to watch the podcast on my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is also Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra. So if you want to watch me live on the podcast, then you can go ahead to the YouTube channel and subscribe and click the bell so that you won't miss any of the uploads of the podcast. So I also have my book. It is Faith Walk to Healing. If you have not purchased it, but you are interested, it is a devotion. It has all type of topics in here about life, about God, about friendship, gratitude, forgiveness, you name it, it's a devotion for it in Faith Walk to Healing. I also have a devotion in here about marriage and relationships. So I have a devotion in here. It's titled Dear Future Husband. It is something that I wrote by faith, you know, praying and believing that my time will come where it is the time that is going to be the best time, the best marriage, the best relationship. So it is called Dear Future Husband. It is a devotional that is in Faith Walk to Healing. So if you are interested in reading Dear Future Husband or any of the other devotions in the book, then I encourage you to go ahead and purchase Faith Walk to Healing on Amazon. So, yeah, a little bit of my story, a little bit of my testimony is in here, a little bit about the divorce, all of that is also in Faith Walk to Healing if you are interested. Also, I have a scripture for you guys today. It is Romans 12:10. It's coming from the New Living Translation. It reads, Love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. Love each other with genuine affection, and take delight in honoring each other. So it's important for us to love each other, love whoever we are in a relationship with, or whoever we are married to. We know that it doesn't go right into marriage. We date, get to know the person, spend time with the person, figure out if they are the one that God has for you before you walk into that marriage. Take your time with that. I am one to tell you because I have rushed it in my past and it's not good. It's really not good to rush because you don't really know the full idea or the full person. So I encourage you to take time if you are dating right now and you're wanting to walk into marriage, take time. There's no rush. If it's supposed to be, it will be. So just take your time and study and stay in prayer and listen to the guiding of the Holy Spirit because He does guide. Um, Listen and obey that because it'll save you from a lot of trouble. And I'm someone who has been through that and who has not listened and who has walked into that anyway and found myself in a very dark place. So I just want to share and pour out and encourage you guys with things that I have been through. I'm speaking from experience. This is not something that I read in a book. So yeah, just take your time. If you are dating right now with a purpose and your goal is to be married, that is a beautiful thing. I honor marriage because I'm a Christian and I know that that is what God has for a select amount. Marriage is not for everyone. But if you are going to take that route, I encourage you to stay in prayer, to take some time and date, get to know that person, really get to know that person, really get to know the motive and the reason behind why they want to marry, especially if it's someone who wants to marry quickly. Find out why. Find out why. What's the rush? Because there is no rush. Take your time, date, get to know them as they get to know you because it doesn't have to be just the man that has the wrong motive. Anybody could have the wrong motive. That could go either way. So I'm never making it out like it's just one-sided. That bad motive can go either way. But we are to, as Romans 12 and 10 say, love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. I also have a song suggestion. This is new. I normally don't have any song suggestions, but while I was prepping yesterday for the podcast, I love to listen to Spotify. So while I was prepping, this song popped up. So I was like, this song is a great song to go with this episode. So the song is titled My Peace, and it's by PJ Morton, featuring JoJo and Mr. Talkbox. It's called My Peace by PJ Morton. So I encourage you guys to go to Spotify or YouTube and search up the song My Peace. It's a very, very, very good song. So it went right along with the message. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do a song suggestion today. I may start doing things like that, just little different things that I can add to the podcast that I think that'll be helpful for other people who listen. I know me, I love music, so if anybody suggests a song, I'm gonna check it out, because I love music. So yeah, so that may be something that you want to check out. Again, it's called My Peace by PJ Morton. And just know, please leave a comment on what you thought of today's episode. Also leave suggestions or ideas for future episodes because I have been podcasting for 2 years now, a little over 2 years, and I don't always have guests on. I've had one guest, my good friend, when we talked about relationships a while back. If you haven't listened to that episode, I think it was titled Dating in Your 20s versus Your 40s, something like that. I encourage you to go back and listen to that episode as well. It was months ago when we did that episode, so I want to come on this time and do another relationship episode. But again, I have been recording and uploading for about 2 years, 2.5 years with the podcast. So me not having a lot of guests on, I have to think really hard to come up with ideas and discussions to talk about. Because after so long, you want to come up with something fresh and new, and you have to come up with different ideas. So if you guys would please comment below, comment on things that you would want to hear my point of view on, give me some topic ideas. I would really, really appreciate it. You can comment on Spotify. You can also comment on the YouTube channel. So just let me know of different topics that you would want me to talk about. Um, Life topics, good topics, clean topics, not to, I am a Christian. This is a faith-based podcast. So clean topics, I would really, really appreciate that. For anything on life, I am open to talking about that and giving my opinion. So as always, know that you are loved, you are valuable, and your life is worth living. Until next time, be blessed.